All right, now. Okay, here's another one. This is now I'm a little older at this point in time. Let's say Dick O'Donnell. Now, my cousin Rita, who's about 7 or 8 years older than I am. Anyway, Rita was married and she had at least 2 or 3 kids at the time. But the oldest was Dick. No, Noreen was the oldest. I'm sorry. Noreen, then Dick. Anyway, Dick's about 8 years old. So he, every year, Richie O'Donnell, Rita's husband, would go. He was in the Marines and he would go for his 2 weeks reserve duty. And when he did, Rita would come over to the house to visit and stay for the 2 weeks. And, it was a big deal for those guys. They got to go to the country, you know what I mean? They lived in the Bronx. So anyway, they would come out. Now, our house, geez, all those people in the house. I mean, as it was, I'm working, right? Summer jobs or something like that. I had to sleep on the couch when I'd come home because I always took jobs second or third shift because they paid more money. And so I'd come home, all the beds are taken, so I end up sleeping on the couch. But anyway, that's another story. But this one here, Dick is about 8 years old, and he's, we're bigger, we're his big relatives, right? So he's over the house, and we're sitting there, and Jimmy goes. He said something about you city kids. He says, you guys got to with it, I mean. And Dick's like, what do you mean? What? He says, well, Dick O'Donnell. That no. You don't want to be called Dick O'Donnell. Dick. No. You got to have a nickname. Everybody here has a nickname. Really? It's just really. Yeah. So he goes. So Dick says, well, what's yours? Mine. And this is Jimmy. Mine's Slick. Yeah, hey, Slick. So everybody calls me Slick. So I'm sitting there, I'm laughing. Oh, he's Slick, right? I think was the name we used to call him Slick. We used to call him, Jimmy was easy going. I said, he would blow up, but most of the time, very easy going, right? Anyway, and for a while, he was called Slick. So anyway, so Dick's really, he says, really? Oh. So Jimmy says, we got to give you a name. You got to have a nickname. We can't be calling you Dick. So he goes, all right, let's just think about it. So Jimmy goes, I got one. He said, rigor mortis. Dick's 8 years old. He don't know what rigor mortis is, He goes, rigor mortis. He can't even hardly pronounce it the first few times. He says, yeah, rigor mortis. That's you, rigor mortis. Well, after he says it 4 or 5 times, man, pretty soon it's rigor mortis. That's me, rigor mortis. So for like the rest of the time, maybe another week or so, hey, rigor mortis, come here. Hey, rigor mortis, so here, rigor mortis. So it going on. Dennis is calling rigor mortis. Tommy's calling rigor mortis. I'm calling him rigor mortis. So he goes home, right? And his father says, hey, Dick, come here. Dick goes, Dad, it's rigor mortis. So he goes, what do you mean, rigor? Dad, that's my name, rigor mortis. He goes, what? No, you're Dick. No, Dad, I'm telling you, I'm rigor mortis now. Everybody has a nickname. Yeah, that's my name, rigor mortis. So Dick just sit down and say, who did you get that nickname? Oh, Uncle Jimmy gave it to me. Oh, really? Do you know what rigor mortis means? Of course, he tells him. And Dick's like, what? Anyhow, but for a week, we called him rigor mortis. Of course, the rigor mortis joke, the name rigor mortis stuck for a long time, man, because we called him rigor mortis for 10 years. And we still every once in a while use the term rigor mortis when we're dealing with him. Anyway, actually, he has a lot of fun with that story today. He tells stories about his crazy uncles that named him, gave him the nickname rigor mortis. Anyway, that's another one of Jimmy's little stories. Let's see.